Hey guys, welcome back. So today we got a 2022 Hyundai Tucson. Customer complained that this one got stalled while driving and there was a misfire. So as you can see, I removed our spark plug already here because I already diagnosed this one. They're very famous on the injector, the GDI injector getting stuck open. So I called an injector here, our part number, and also we're gonna be replacing our high pressure line here, and also this rail. So um, the history of this one, they already replaced the injectors on this one, but for some reason um, another injector failed. So basically all the other injectors are still brand new. So what I'm thinking is there's a debris stuck in one of these pipes here and pushing that in to the injector. So it's like the same as on my previous video on the Sonata. It has a leaking injector when you just do an ignition on, the fuel just spray into the cylinder. So I don't want to do that again because I just cleaned cylinder number one there. So right now that's dry, which is a good thing. So I'm just gonna be showing you on how to replace this injector. And the very challenging part is just removing this intake so that we can access that GDI injector. So yeah, let's do that. So first, we're just gonna remove some stuff on this side first. So I'm just gonna remove our airbox here and this snorkel. Let's put it aside. Connector for mass airflow. To be honest, I didn't had a chance. This is gonna be my first what we call that, injector replacement on these cars here, on this model, especially this model, the 2.5 engines. Okay, I'm just removing this harness at the back. Okay, we got some hoses here in our airbox. Just have to remove that. So since someone already been here before when they replaced the injectors, um, hopefully all these hoses and connectors is gonna be easier to remove, right? There's one here. Okay, so it looks like that's out. So I'm just gonna unwind this bolt here, 10 mm. There's one here and there's one here. So three 10 mm. So we can remove this whole airbox here. Because right now, since this model still has an EGR, so we're gonna be removing that pipe too. So that's out. Okay. What else do we need to remove? We got a throttle body there, but there's no coolant attachment, so we don't have to worry. So we can remove that with the intake manifold. We can start removing this purge valve here. Just remove the harness. What's up, sir?
It's not a Genesis.
Huh?
It's not a Genesis.
Yeah.
How come?
Huh?
How come?
How come? There's no Genesis.
Is it James?
No.
No.
Ken Diab.
Huh?
Ken Diab.
Oh,
Why? Why you ask, man? Do it. Do it. Huh? You wanna do it?
don't you get tired?
Tired of what?
What kind of question is that? Tired of what? Tired of this shit once in a while. You get tired?
No choice, man. I don't know.
You get tired. I'm sure you do.
Maybe.
I know you have a choice. Don't tell me you don't get tired. If you don't get tired, then you're not human. You're a machine.
Yeah, I'm a machine. Okay. I'm a machine. Okay, so I'm just removing this clip here for this harness. I'm thinking that it's gonna be easier to remove these guys here. Well, why is it so hard? Okay. Okay. You guys can see anything. So next I'm removing this um, intake manifold pressure sensor. So, come on. Oops. Okay, so that's free now. We have this pipe here. I don't know where's this connected. It looks like it's going all the way at the bottom. Because I remember when they were asking me that they can get off this intake manifold easier because something is stuck in there. Let's remove this vapor hose. Yeah, that's vapor hose. What else? This line here. So I'm just removing this MPI injector connectors. Okay, remove this guy here. Wow, why is that? What? Okay, something on this one here. Okay, now what's attaching this one? So there's one attached to the bracket. There's one connector here at the back or on the side of the intake manifold. So I need to loosen this, right? So it's just all clips. And that's the challenging part here, the clips. Okay, let me grab. Grab this. Jam it in there. Okay, that's good. So now that's loose. Okay, there's one connector here for our alternator. I'm just gonna remove this if I can remove it. I didn't say that we remove our we call that, our negative cable, so that's okay. Unless you're gonna remove that alternator cable, so that's the time you're gonna remove your battery cable. I mean, a battery cable. So, what else? So there's one bolt attached to the intake manifold at the bottom. I'm just gonna remove that. 10 mm. 10 mm. Just to be safe, just remove your negative cable, right? Because this one where I'm removing right now, I'm near the positive side of the alternator. So if I accidentally hit that stud, we're gonna see some fireworks here. Okay, that's loose now. I don't know if I need to remove this set of injectors here. I'm not sure, but we're gonna try this first. So what else? So far, everything is free here, right? I'm just gonna double check that side. So this side, what we have here, okay, we got some vacuum hose here and our EGR pipe. And this one we don't have to worry because that's attached to our intake manifold. So let's remove this hose first. Okay, put it aside. Oops, put that aside. Shove it in there. And then our pipe for our bolt for EGR pipe, 12 mm. Oops, oh man. Okay. Okay, that's good. So now I'm gonna lift this vehicle up, remove undercover. I'm gonna remove a bracket underneath the intake manifold, and let's double check what else in there. Okay, so I remove our um, undercover. As you can see there, it's all jammed in there. So there's no space at all. There's space, but with the camera, no. But let's see here. I'm gonna point out what I need to remove. So on this side here, on this part, on the very back end. Okay, this guy here, if you see my finger there, that's a bracket, our lower bracket for our intake manifold. I have to remove that. There's 4 bolts there, so just keep in mind. And I think that's about it. And we'll just see once we remove that, lower the vehicle, and let's see if we can move this we call this intake manifold. Okay, so there's no success at the bottom because I can't even squeeze my arm there. So I just went from here and feel it, right? So our next is we're gonna remove our 2 nuts, 3 bolts in here, and let's try to move this intake manifold if we can do that. So it's not five. Um, I got 2 extra here or 1 extra, so 6. So four bolts, 2 nuts. Okay, so our manifold is, or the bolts, is out now. So we're gonna try to move this. If I can move it. Come on. Okay. Sounds promising, but something is stuck at the bottom. I don't know which one. I think this is what they're talking about. Oh, okay. So I have to remove this guy. There's the middle part, the regulator. It's stuck there or hitting the manifold. So let's remove this guy. There's that move, but something is still stuck at the bottom. There's a pipe there. Yeah, there's a pipe. You guys can see that. I'm gonna point it out. So this is what they're telling me when they were trying to remove this intake manifold. This pipe here, where my tool is, has still connected to the, I think, to the engine block, to the manifold. So I can see that this pipe here, this guy, going through. I think that's the one there, for pipe. So I'm gonna try to remove that. I hope I can remove that. Let me see if there's a bolt there. Yeah, there's a bolt there, 10 mm. Oh, okay. I can feel it. It's loose now, which is a good thing. And take it out. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that because last time when they were talking to me, the other techs, they said that they were struggling, right? Because as you can see there, this pipe that we took out from the manifold, the bracket that runs through our engine block there, so that's why it's holding it, right? So at least that's good. Um, I'm happy with that. So now we just have to remove this. We're gonna remove this 17 mm, I think. Let's check that. Oh, 19. So there's 19 on our flare part. We're dealing with a high pressure side, so make sure wear your safety glass or put some rags there or depressurize the system first, right? And then we got a bracket here for injector. Injector harness, I'm just gonna remove this 10 mm and then 12. Okay. The other line for that, it's here. So we're gonna remove the other side, 19, the same thing that runs through here, going to our high pressure pump. I'm just gonna loosen that, and it's held down by a bracket on the side of the engine. So 10 mm. Okay, so here's our new rail here, and I can see on our rail it didn't came with a new pressure sensor, rail pressure sensor. So I have to remove that. I have to remove that. Here's a new rail here, and where's the pressure sensor is gonna be located? It's gonna be in here. So I have to remove that for this guy here. Oops. Okay, so now I just have to remove this number one injector here. This is our number one here, the faulty one. Okay, so I install our new rail sensor. There's no Teflon tape there. It's just, you know, straight. I use 27 mm socket for it, and the torque spec for this will be 26 foot-pound. Okay, so I'm gonna take this out here now. Oops. Here's our new injector. That's gonna be on our number one. Make sure that this new rail that you don't have any what I call that, debris, right? So I need to remove this lock ring here. I'll try pulling this injector here. Why is it too tight here? Okay, it's coming out. Okay, it's coming out. I'm gonna remove this guy here. Put this in. This guy is gonna go in there. So when it's too dry, get some fuel here. Let's push it in. Make sure that's in, right? Okay, and then you get a space there on in between this rail and the injector, so that can line up correctly. Next, there's our other one here. Where's my... Let's put it aside first. It's all fuel there. Where is my, let me put this aside. My lock ring here. Where did it go? Usually you have to replace that as per the service information. You have to put new one on that. Oh, here. But as I said, this injectors is new, right? I don't know why the other one failed. Okay, it's in number 3. Some fuel here. 3 and number 4. Make sure there's no debris there, right? And your gloves is clean. Oops. Where is the other one? I'm missing the lock now. Okay, I found it. It's trapped in the engine side. So put it back there. Where's our fuel? Still have fuel in this guy. Okay. Still fuel there. Okay. Now we got the damage on number 3 gasket there. Because I called this gasket and it didn't came. But anyway, where's my old injector? I'm gonna use that. Okay. Looks like we're done. I'm just gonna plug this in here. Forget the locks, the yellow tabs, and our rail sensor here. Okay. Now let's go back to the car and then install this. And then we're gonna torque them. Okay, so we're gonna install this. Make sure that the surface in here, where our injector goes in, is clean. Put this guy in. You know what? Let me grab another new one because I'm not really convinced with this. Okay, so I install our new gasket there. Let's put this guy in. Centered. Okay, push it. Put new bolts. There's our new bolts there. I'm gonna start from the center. Then torque it to 17 foot-pound. Still going in. I'm just gonna snag this other bolt here. Okay. 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 Last one here. Okay. That's torque. That's good. Now we're gonna install our delivery pipe here. That's our delivery pipe. That's gonna go in here, this side. Is this the right? Oops, wrong. Supposed to be like that. Yeah, supposed to be like that. Okay. You're just gonna thread this in first. Line it up. And line up our bracket. Okay. And then our bracket here. 10 mm. Make sure that's in before you tighten that. Come on. Okay. Yes, hand thread it for now. We're gonna tighten this after we tighten the flare nut. Okay. Now we're gonna torque these two flare nuts here. So this guy here, we're gonna torque it to 26. Where is it? Oops. Wrong. Okay. Didn't click yet, man. It should be 26 now. That's tight already. Why? Okay, let me use my electronic torque. Okay, and this side here. That's on 7. Okay, that should be good. So we installed that. Wait, I'm just gonna tighten that before I forget, because I'm gonna go home now. I'm gonna go home now. we just tighten this 10 mm here. Okay, that's tight. So yeah, the torque spec on the MPI or multi-port injector rail, that's the same as this one, 17.4 if you want to be exact. And I'm just gonna put everything back together, and then once I put everything back together, we're gonna go check this again and see our misfires, especially in cylinder number one if it's still misfiring, because I'm gonna replace also our ignition coil, spark plugs on this, right? Because number one was fouled, like it's this dark. Let me see here if I can show you guys. No, that's not the one. Oh, here. So this is our number, cylinder number one, spark plug. So we're gonna continue, come back with this one after I put everything back together. Just don't forget your pipe here. You just have to squeeze in your hand, and your lower bracket for intake manifold. So once you put your intake manifold, screw in the 2 bolts first. Just screw it in, just start the thread, and put your bolts and nuts on your intake manifold, and you can torque them and tighten them. And don't forget the foam here, right? That's the very important thing, because that's for noise reduction. All right, where's this connect? Let's put this just in case so that I will not forget about that tomorrow. Right, that's for noise reduction. Don't forget that. And yeah, let's come back tomorrow. Hey guys, so I put everything back together, and I forgot to mention yesterday, since we got that too much leak on that fuel to the cylinder, also do an oil change, right? So that's the other recommendation when doing this type of jobs. So next, I'm just gonna check. So I'm just gonna show you if the code was not cleared last time, since we didn't remove our battery. I'm just gonna show you which what code I had. If it will show here. Okay, so we got P217800 system to reach off idle, P0301 cylinder 1 misfire, rail pressure sensor circuit range performance. The reach idle and cylinder 1 misfire, that's the one that we're fixing it, this GDI injector. This rail sensor, because I think I removed that big connector, just just to not activate that. Hopefully that will not activate the injector, but if it's stuck open, as long as there's fuel there, it's just gonna um, blew some fuel in the cylinder. But anyway, that was my code. I'm just gonna clear it, and then we're gonna go to our software management, reset the adaptive values there. Reset adaptive values. Reset. Okay. Okay, press OK button. Let's go to our data quick. I'm just gonna choose the misfire counters, show you there's no misfire after the replacement, and of course I'm gonna go drive this fully warm up, right, and make sure that everything is good before releasing this vehicle. So the oxygen sensor, we don't have to worry about that because this is the first startup, so it's just gonna go run by default. Where's my misfire counters? Let's go actual lambda just to see there. Fuel adaptation, because it shows that we got a very rich at idle and misfire here. Graph, start. Okay. Yeah, some misfire here. Number 3, maybe it's just, I don't know. But injector there, but it's just two counts there, so that not too serious. What else we have? Ways to write. What's going on? Why is it doing that? Did I miss something? Okay, let me double check. Okay, take 2. What happened was my fuel supply going to the rail came off. So, okay. Just gonna close that vent. It smells fuel now. So far, we don't have misfire, which is a good thing. Lambda correction I have is minus 6%. Okay. Got our oxygen sensor 0.8 downstream, 1.9 upstream. So I'm just gonna fully warm up this one, as at least I don't have misfire right now, and drive this and see. And I hope you guys enjoyed that video on replacing this injector on this 2.5 engines. And thanks again for watching. See you next time.